Hello, everybody. Great to have you here. Thank you for your time in being here. I really do appreciate your time. I honestly do. I know we've all got busy lives. We've all got things we could or even should be doing. But, you know, well done for taking the time out and just spending a quarter of an hour. I'm going to be respectful of your time. You know, it's a quick snapshot type approach that I do every single day, Monday to Friday. And it's part of my 20-year commitment to helping small businesses to grow, to basically do better than they've done before. I've learned my skills from learning from the world's leading sales, marketing, and business growth experts, and I now pass on that knowledge to my clients and prospects and as many businesses as I can, to be honest. So today we're live. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're actually on iTunes as well as Amazon Music. And we're actually streaming across 30 different radio stations and websites and so on and so forth. So believe it or not, we're actually being watched or listened to by round about 7,000 people right now, which I just think is so incredibly cool. You know, I remember back when I started 28 years ago, if I wanted to send a marketing message out to 7,000 people, that involves 7,000 envelopes, 7,000 stamps, an afternoon sticking letters or leaflets into envelopes, and then a big trip down to the local post office with carrier bags full of letters. How far have we come in the last 28 years? And I wonder what the next 28 are going to be like. But who knows? But all I can tell you is we're live on all these things. We're on my podcasts. That's where all the sort of Amazon Music and the iTunes comes from. And you know what? If you're not doing this, I strongly recommend you do. You know, why wouldn't you? It costs me virtually nothing. I think I pay something like $120 a year for my podcast, and for the streaming service, I pay, I think it's $25 a month. So, and I can do this every day and speak to people and network with them and follow them up, which I will do with you, by the way. But, you know, in a nice way, not in a harsh way. And by the way, before we start, if you do want to book a meeting with me, or if you decide you do before the end of today, then there's the link. Go to my website, click on one of the gold buttons. That'll give you access to my diary and you can book a meeting. It's as simple as that. However, all that's not what you came here to hear. That's just the added bonus. Yeah, we're here to talk about systems, aren't we? You know, different systems in your business. Now, people, you know, people understand. I think I don't need you know, to tell you, I don't think, what a system is. Basically, it's a process, a way of doing something. And there are different types of systems. They could be grouped into different things. Like, for example, you've got marketing systems. You've got sales systems, you've got financial systems, you've got operational systems, you've probably got HR systems and customer service systems, and so on and so forth. But the trouble is, if you're like many of the businesses that I see, those systems are where? They're in here. If you're a one man or one woman business, that's sort of okay. But what you've not probably done is thought, is this system as good as it could possibly be? And if it was a lot better, what would that give to my business? I'll give you a couple of really good examples. From a marketing world, your system on LinkedIn. For most people that I speak to, their system produces nothing. They proudly tell me, "Oh yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, Steve." And I'll say, "Oh, what do you do?" "Well, this is where they tell me their system. I post on there twice a week. And what rewards do you get for that?" "Well, I've grown my database, but I haven't actually ever won any business." Now, growing your database is okay, but ultimately, why are you growing your database? So you can win more business. So something's wrong with that LinkedIn system. You take another one from the world of sales, and that could be, I don't know, the system that you have when somebody inquires, they go into a system, a process. What are you going to do? And after that, what are you going to do? And after that, 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 and so on and so forth. Because we all know it takes 7 to 12 communications to create a sale. Whether that's true or not, I don't really know. But I do know that most people give up too easily because they don't have a system in place. Similar with customer service. Customer service system, what could that be? Well, when you get a new client, this is what happens. And that might be they get an email welcoming them. They get a phone call to meet other members of the team other than maybe the person they've already met, and so on and so forth. But often it's like, okay, it's not bad, it's acceptable. But for me, is acceptable really outstanding? Does it stand out from the competitors? Now, I could spend a load of time giving you great examples of great customer service, but the important thing, I think, is to realize is that when you have this level of customer service, it's not the people, it's the system. And one of the big problems that I see in small businesses, and I've done so, as I've said, for 28 years now, is that the business is people-driven and not systems driven. So a people driven system relies on, perhaps it's a hotel and they've got a great receptionist. She's so friendly, or he's so friendly. Then when somebody walks in the door as a new client, they feel very special, and so on and so forth, which is great. But some days this person's not working, and the system breaks down because their system, whatever they do as people, is not what the business does. Do you understand that? I really hope you do. So we need to develop systems and practices so that everybody can do the same thing to the same high standard consistently. That's the key. It's like if I ask you, what's your system for winning business from referral? You're probably thinking, well, I don't really have one. The system is do a good job and hope that people will recommend you. And some of them will, some of them wouldn't, but some of them would, but they just don't because they're busy. So we've got to have a system in place to make sure we maximize that. Now, I can't talk to you about your operational systems because we got people on the call with loads of different industries, loads of different backgrounds, who, we might have 100, probably more than that, maybe 500 different industries here with all different operational systems. But, if you looked at your financial systems, if you looked at your HR systems, your people, your recruitment systems, there are two things that I think you need to do. And I want to be clear about this. This is not an overnight job. You're probably gathering, but what I'd recommend you do is is make a list of all the written systems that you need, to do everything. So your business is systematized. Yeah, you've got a system for doing everything in your business. So might have a big long list. You might want to group them under marketing, sales, operations, and so on and so forth, and then prioritize them and make a start on the ones that you think are the highest priority, the ones that are going to have the biggest impact on your business. Say, for example, your sales system, because you're only converting 3 out of 10 inquiries. And if you had a system, it might increase that to 6 out of 10, which would over time double the size of your business just by having a system and sticking to that system, because it's a lot better system than the one that you've got. You following me with this? I'm hallucinating that you are. I really hope you are. But, I do think that this is a great opportunity for you to really start to leverage your business to be better than you've been before. And it comes down to 2 things, I think. Well, actually 3 things. First one is getting an understanding of what are the systems. Actually, when it comes to it, it might be 4 things. Second is to prioritize that list. So, maybe A's, B's, and C's, and you're going to start work on writing the systems, which is step 3. You got to write those systems. Now, question is, who's the best person to write the systems? And the truth is, it depends. You want the finance people writing the finance systems, operational people writing the operational systems, salespeople, sales systems, and so on. And then the next step 4, is getting everybody within that sales department, for example, working at trying to improve them. So if I work for you and I was director of sales, I write a sales system in depth. And then when I've done it, I give it to my sales guys and go, can you improve this? Could it be better? What have we missed out? What could we do? And we get it as good as we can. And then step 5, we train people in the system. Step 6, this is getting longer and longer. Step 6, we manage that system, right? We make sure that it's not just something we're paying lip service to, but we manage it. Now, as I've already said, the results here, who knows? But I would think that there's a 30% growth in your business. And that could be a doubling of your business, could be a 400%. Who knows? I don't know that. I don't know your business. But what I do know is that systems help raise standards. Let's just say that systems help raise standards. If you've got a process that you've actually sat down and thought about and written out and trained people and managed, that's got to be better than leaving it hoping that your guy who does X, Y, or Z will do it as well as you, because they probably won't. Okay, now here's the icing on the cake. Did you know? Let me ask you a question before I tell you this. If you were thinking of buying my business, and I came to you and I said, look, I've got a fantastic business. We turn over 2 million a year. Our profits are really healthy. And I wondered whether you'd be interested in buying my business, because do you know what? I want to retire. Or I came to you and said, look, would you be interested in buying my business? We turn over 2 million. We got a healthy profit in the business. And I have personally written systems and processes that are in place that will help you to maximize the return on investment that you get from this business. So the fact that I'm leaving the business actually doesn't matter, because you've got everything that you need to carry on and run it in a systematized way. Question: which business would be worth more money? Well, if you're like me, you're thinking it'd be the second one, Steve, because without Steve in the business, if I disappear out of my business and I haven't got written systems in place, it's like, what do you do? How do you do that, Steve? How do you do your LinkedIn training? Nobody knows because it's all in here. But if it's actually a written process with, PowerPoint slides and handouts and how to deliver it and so on and so forth, then there's some real value there. So a systematized business is worth, I'm going to tell you how much more because I don't really know, but I do know, or I believe anyway, it's got to be worth at least, it's going to make your business worth 20 to 200% more than it would if you don't have written systems. Let's just say that. And that's totally made up. I want to be clear on that. But I don't think I'm far out. I think that's roughly where we are with it. So that's it. That's what I wanted to say to you today. I hope that's given you food for thought. Go and look at what you do. Look at some of the key things that could make a big difference in your business, like your sales system, your LinkedIn system, your referral system, your system for driving traffic to your website, the system for following up on the phone, the system for customer care, the system for dealing with inquiries and so on and so forth, those key growth systems, and work out how you can do that better. Now, if you need help with this, there's a couple of things I can do. You could join my Results Mastery program, which is a 12-month program of business growth and development. If you want to find out more about that, either go to my website or do as I said at the beginning, just book a meeting with me using that link, and I'll be very happy to talk to you about systems development and what you need to do. Another thing, let me just reach over here. Go and buy that book. It's a brilliant book. It's The E-Myth, The Entrepreneurial Myth, Why Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It by Michael Gerber. I'm not on commission, but I do think it's a great book and well worth reading for anybody who's in business. If you're in a bigger business, and I know some people are on this call, then you might want to go and read that one, which is the E-Myth Enterprise. Okay, so I probably advise going and doing both, or perhaps go to Audible and listen to it in your car. But either way, that's a fantastic tool for you. The other thing I can do, is perhaps talk to you about working as your sort of marketing director, or just give me a project to do in terms of writing your, I don't know, perhaps your marketing and sales systems. I could certainly do that for you and be very happy again to talk to you about that. So that's it for today. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Again, every day I'm on here doing this. If you want to, one other thing, if you want to join my Results Mastery University, then that gives you access to all my training, literally my LinkedIn training, YouTube, and SEO training, and so on. Basically, it's all the training you'd ever need for 25 quid a month. So, that's pretty much a no-brainer. But again, go to my website and find out about that. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening, and speak soon.